Hi there, my name is I'm really delighted to come here in order to teach you another grammar lesson. In today's video, I'm going to teach you ways of correcting a dangling modifier. My later video was about dangling modifier. You already know that there are 6 types of dangling modifier. In today's lesson, you are going to correct a dangling modifier to a complete sentence. As we already know that when talking about dangling modifier, everything is wrong in terms of grammars. Okay, so look at the board with me. Dangling modifiers, ways of correcting a dangling modifiers. In this lesson, there are 2 ways of correcting a dangling modifier. One is we have to place the subject within the opening word groups. Number 2 is place the subject right after the opening word group. What is opening word groups? Look at the example with me. While reading the newspaper, my dog sat with me on the front step. Which one is opening word group? Opening word group in here, it means that you can play whatever, make sure that it is logical. Okay, in here you have to place a subject called a logical subject in order that to make the sentence meaningful. Okay, while reading the newspaper, my dog sat with me on the front step. By writing like this, dangling modifier from while to newspaper, it is called adverbial clause dangling or dangling adverbial clause. How can we correct this dangling modifier? Number 1 is place the subject within the opening word group. From while to newspaper is the opening word group. That's why we have to place subject. Then we can write my dog, my from word I. So you can write while I was reading the newspaper, my dog sat with me on the front step. This is one way of correcting a dangling modifier. You have to place the subject within the opening word group. Here you place the subject in here I, because you can see my dog, that's why the subject is I. Can I say that while I read? I cannot say yes or no, but the thing is that you take a look at while here is a conjunction. That's why with while he mostly we use with continuous. Okay, one more, we can correct a dangling modifier, place the subject right after the opening word group. Then you can write while reading the newspaper, while reading the newspaper, here you can use subject I right after the opening word group. I sat with my dog on the front step. This is another way of correcting a dangling modifier. The first thing, you place the subject within the opening word group. Because you see the word my dog, that's why you place I in here. I was reading. One more, no need to add anything, but you change the main clause like this from my dog to I, and still my dog. Okay, so this sentence is a bit different from the previous one, but it still has the same meaning. Example number 2, shaving in front of the steamy mirror, the razor neck at chin. Okay, our dangling modifier is from shaving to me mirror. So please, first you have to place the subject within the opening word group. But this one, when you place only subject, the sentence is still not meaningful because it is called comma supply. That's why in some cases a subordinating word such as when or must be added, because if you do not use a subordinating word like when, the meaning of the sentence is not meaningful. Okay, when a subordinating word such as when must be added like this, the verb may have to be changed slightly as well. So you can write like this: when at was shaving in front of the steamy mirror, the razor nicked his chin. Okay, this is the first that we have to place the subject within the opening word group. But when you place only the subject like this, it is not meaningful. In some cases, a subordinating word such as when must be added. Or in here you can use the word while as well. When and while here had the same meaning. And one more, you can place the subject right after the opening word group. Okay, we can write shaving in front of the steamy mirror at nicked his chin. Okay, so the second one, you only place the subject right after the opening word group. This one you use word at, but it still has the same meaning. Okay, so again, dangling modifier, a way of correcting a dangling modifier, we have two ways. One is to place the subject within the opening word group, like the example. You only place the subject and then everything is the same. The second one, place the subject right after the opening word group. So the opening word group here, in this one it is called adverbial clause dangling, and the second one called present participle dangling. Yeah. So no need to write anything on the opening word group or adverbial dangling, but you only place the subject, you know, in main clause like this. But the thing is that maybe writing is a little bit different from the original one. The second one, for present participle dangling like this, you have to place the subject within the opening word groups as well, but sometimes it is not meaningful like this in comma supply. That's why a subordinating word such as when or while must be added, and then the verb may have to be changed slightly as well, like this. If you don't write the word when or while in here, talking about grammar mistake is that it is about comma supply. That's why when can be used in here. The second one, the opening word group, no need to write anything, but you only place the subject in here. But the thing is that the second main clause here is a little bit different from the previous one. Okay, so these two ways very important. It is not really complicated. You just take a look at this one. And how about the other? The other dangling, like adjectival dangling, disjunct dangling, and to infinitive dangling, you have to take a look at these two first, and then you can correct it. Does it make sense, everyone? after my explanation. So these two ways again, place the subject within the opening word group, place the subject right after the opening word group, place the subject here, and sometimes it lacks the meaning. That's why a subordinating word must be added to fulfill the meaning. If you have any questions about dangling modifier, please write your question. I'll try my best to reply to all of your questions. Well, we come to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching my video, but don't forget to watch it every day. A new video come out per day. When you miss one, you find it difficult to understand a lot of grammatical items because everything is taught in order. You spend around 7 to 15 minutes watching my video per day. You can understand a lot from my lessons. Okay, thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye.